Louisiana beer reviews looks at Augustinian ale, bottle conditioned from England, 5.2% alcohol according to Rate Beer. This was introduced. No, according to Rate Beer, it's produced only for export to the United States. On the Artisanal Imports website, they say this came out in '98. And I looked on the website for Nethergate Fine Ales, which is part of the Growler Brewing Company now, and it's in Essex, England, Pintlow, Essex, England. And they don't even talk about this beer, so that must be true. It's only made for the U.S. market. And it's made with coriander, I found out. So they say it's like crossing styles. In English, ESB, made with coriander, so I thought, ugh. I didn't know that when I bought it. I bought it at Quistapes. And I've been showing some old relics from wars and history. Here's one. It got a little chipped up on one side, but this still has the glue on the back. And I think I bought this in the French Quarter somewhere, but it's real. It's let's see if I can. It's I guess for the jacket or the shirt, it's felt. You can see the silver, and it's got the black background. It must be Schutzstaffel uniform, but you can see it's got that little chip on the top. If you look over on the back, it still has the glue. So these would be sewed on, and they had some glue, I guess, to hold it on there a little better. So that was an interesting thing to get. I wish that little top part hadn't been chipped. Probably ain't worth a dime, but something to have from history. Okay, let's check out this beer. They got people with rooms full of old relics from World War II from Germany. I guess they went in there and just started taking stuff. Taking it, or you might want to call it stealing things. Well, it made a nice bit of smoke. It's still smoking. Look, I had a history teacher in American history in high school, and his father was in the war, and he came back with an actual flag, a German flag, and he had this German flag hanging up in the class for World War II. It's the lesson on World War II. Okay, that's a thick enough head, huh? Thick, off-white head, and the appearance is, I would say, straight up orange. It kind of ran over the side, but it's orange, bubbly. I mean, it's really bubbly. These bubbles are streaming like mad. It almost looks like a soft drink or a soda or pop, whatever you want to call it, soda pop. There's a lot of grit all throughout, little brown grit. Looks like pulp, and you can see bigger chunks of brown. It's definitely bottle conditioned and not filtered, particularly or at all. The head is sort of spongy. Yeah, look like a sponge. Now the Green King IPA was brown, whereas American IPAs are orange like this. And this is not an IPA, but it's orange. All right, well, anyway, let's go with the aroma. It has that earthy, pungent. Somebody's riding a big tractor back there. Earthy, pungent, full aroma. Spicy from the coriander. A little bit of fruitiness here. You can see all that grit at the top. And you get those weird English hops, which I'll say like cellar mold or some kind of ironized soil or other kind of metal. It's a weird flavor. It's hard to get used to. I have kind of got used to it. Now, a guy from England was watching my videos, and he said I poured the beers too aggressively, and I was swishing the bottom contents and pouring that in. He said you don't pour in Over there in England, they don't pour in the dregs or whatever you want to call it, because that ruins the beer. But then here in America, you read brewery websites and they'll say you want to swish that bottom and get all that gunk loose and pour it in. So, but I'm sure he knows what he's talking about. I guess I'm doing the American method. Well, that makes sense. It's made for the American market, right? The taste. If you go back behind that fence, that's rural for miles and miles and miles. Probably 10 miles before you get to the next house, maybe. I'm not really picking up coriander. Put it to you like this: it might be there, and it might be a faint shade of it. It's kind of redundant, right? Faint shade, but I don't think I would have said coriander if I had not been tipped off to it by looking at artisanal imports. Pretty thick lacing. Mostly I'm just tasting breadiness. Lots of bread crust, like maybe toffee, maybe. A lot of iron. Go get some red dirt from Mississippi and get it all muddy and slimy and suck on it. Suck on that red dirt from Mississippi and you'll think you're drinking this. There's bitterness. Certainly. The mouthfeel is medium. Kind of chewy. And the finish is mostly dry. There's a little citrus at the end. And it's pretty easy drinking. It's not a real super gulper. I don't know, this is a hard one to figure out. Oh man, there is so much stuff caked at the bottom of this bottle. Can't say this beer is not alive. This beer's got some pep. Like the Hornets. Take me a while to get out of that habit. This beer has some pep, like the Pelicans had last night when they whipped up on the Miami Heat. Ha ha ha! I gotta get a Pelicans cap. I already got my shirt, Pelican shirt. I have to wear it in a video with my cap. I went by Academy Sports to get a cap. The place was closed. In Kenner, I gotta find out where the closest Academy Sports is. Anyway, oh, there's so much stuff. I mean, it's worse now. Floating around. See if it changed the flavor. It made it more metallic. I don't know if you like. Oh, that is just ridiculous. All that at the bottom. The guy's right. Don't put this down there in the bottle. But I got to. I gotta switch it and pour it. And I'm probably gonna be sorry. Well, if you like the taste of metal and dirt and some sort of odd fruit and bitterness, sort of a harsh bitterness, I think you might like this beer. Oh, look at that. It's like brown coming out. Oh, man. What is going on? Look at that. Is that not bizarre or what? That's a lava lamp. That's a lava lamp. This is not a beer. Well, I have a feeling it's going to taste even dirtier. This is like a dirty martini without the vodka and the olive oil. The olive juice. And any of the other ingredients. I don't know if it changed. This is semi-solid. You might enjoy eating this beer. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Coriander, I'm not getting it. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give it an A for bizarreness. But most people don't drink beer because they're weird. They drink beer because they're good, right? So yeah, I'm gonna give it one more sip. Oh, now it's got some tap water flavor. I don't never drank tap water from England. I cannot. Hey, the best I can do, the best I can do is give it a C. I'm gonna say it's okay, but you might say, hey, that's not okay. That's just straight up bad. That's a D. I wouldn't argue that point. If you were trying to convince me that this beer was a D, a bad beer because it tastes like dirt and some kind of unusual citrus and old mold, okay. But it was like $3.99 for the bottle, so for $3.99 I can get a 6-pack of Miller High Life. Yeah, that's way better. I mean, it's like a way better beer, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. Y'all come on down to southeastern Louisiana.